Oh, Gary Payton. Oh, Gary Payton. He didn't came out and said that LeBron James is a better all around player than Michael Jordan. Am I right? Look, I love the glove for his defense, and he was tough, tenacious, and underappreciated because his back down physicality was no joke. Don't you miss the days when a point guard actually could back you down, didn't have to shoot threes. You didn't have to wonder if he was a tweener, a twiner, or whatever you want to call it. He just played a physical game. He was obviously he was thin cat, but he played with so much heart and emotion. He was so tough. And him and Sean Kemp with their posterization 1-2 punch, George Karl, he really, and I was glad when he won a ring with Miami. He didn't really fit the triangle in LA, but he helped Kobe's defense out immensely. He showed him little trademarks of how to get up under a guy, and he played great with Shaq. And he was pretty good in Milwaukee. You know, Gary's one of those dudes that and to me, the GOAT Sonic. I know some people are gonna debate that out of him and Kevin Durant. We can debate that, but Gary was, you know, he was something else. He was the glove for a reason. Back when we gave you nicknames that mattered. Yeah. Let me address this right here. Let me address this right here. If you play 60, 80 years, I guess you get every record in the book. If you play 60, 80 years, I guess over time, you might lose your mind. Your hair falls out. Gary lost his a long time ago. Your memory starts to get lapsed. That money starts to get green. And you say anything in between. If we're supposed to believe this about LeBron James, and I said if we're supposed to believe it, I want proof of it. You know. Now, I will give you examples of why Gary Payton has been bought and paid off. In Miami, Dwayne Wade was the best player in that 2011 finals. LeBron shrunk and shrunk in the fourth quarter, and he did not have 25 cents to make a dollar in the fourth against Dallas, and Dirk embarrassed him. Then Dwayne said, "You take over the team." And then he did, which pretty much buried Chris Bosh, what he came over. Then they used that formula to Kevin Love. He has always required a third option to cover his failings and fallings. Because you've always had a conglomerate of people. When they won that bubble ring with the Lakers, Rondo was the point guard. AD played his best ball. But you notice after game two, when AD like he was going to be the finals MVP, he pumped the brakes. He never was quite the same. And AD every year after that flirts with those first couple weeks or months where, yeah, he's top 10. Yeah, he could be defense MVP. And then all of a sudden he resorts to falling back. Gary Payton, how is that a better all around player when you don't get to thrive? At least we have the delusion in some paces that Scottie Pippen was as great as a defender as Michael Jordan and as assist man, and we see other people having their choices. At least we can say that delusion. We can kind of say, well, we can make a case. LeBron tries to take over everything, gets on everybody's ways, and he steps on everybody's toes to be the head dog to make it look good. Like right now, they're trying to make Austin Reeves like a third option with the Lakers to make JJ ridiculous like he know what he doing. LeBron stat pads these triple doubles, and it looks like something. But his team ain't really doing much of nothing. See, I can tell you that in Denver's case with Jokic, he knows Jamal Murray has to step up for them to be better. And that's why I got after Jokic. I said, don't make that. You got to make that guy. And then when they start winning, you see the results. Then you got Russell Westbrook, who LeBron couldn't do nothing with, who's the king of triple doubles, who passed Oscar Robertson. But Gary Payton, you falling on what? Money and hard times and deaf ears and blinders? I don't know. But what makes LeBron James a better all around at what? At what? Because he's never shared the spotlight to make anybody. I will tell you this, Gary Payton. Do you really think Michael Jordan would let Anthony Davis go under the radar and shrink to be a 7 footer and play like he's in a 6 foot body and he wouldn't get the most of him? Do you really think that when Jordan came back with the Wizards, if he'd have had somebody like Anthony Davis and they were close to being a playoff legit team, that they don't be top 3 or 4 in the East? Do you really think that? You really think that he would have let him to succumb like that? I don't think so. Therefore, he's not a better all around player. For if he was, he'd understand that at this day and stage, he's not the best. He hasn't been the best player on the Lakers since the Anthony Davis, since that bubble. But he's stunted his growth on purpose because AD is too lame in the head to speak up. And LeBron James likes to stat pad too much. And so he's got people fooled on the hook and the wink. Gary Payton saying this is because he's trying to what? What are you trying to say? Better how? Jordan could take over a game on both sides. Jordan was playing point guard point back in '89. Those triple doubles. He could do it. Realistically, he could do it, and he got the most out of his teammates. Everybody was accountable. It's just that he had to take over and dominate. You can't have a better all around game if we can't depend on you to dominate and be clutch. You know. So what are you what how much did they put in your pockets, Gary? Did they put some extra grease in your scalp so you get a little shine on your head? Got your teeth where you like yee? Cause you know how you like do that with your teeth and grit and grown. What are you doing? You know, good and well, there ain't no LeBron James, no better all around player than no Michael Jordan. No shape, no form, no fashion, no way. No way and no how. And I tell you one thing, give Jordan Anthony Davis and don't see if you don't get no results. Don't see if Anthony Davis don't like no MVP. Let me throw this one at you too. Since you want to throw all around game. Scotty did get the top 3 or 4 for MVP consideration the year Jordan was gone. Who has LeBron James played with that has that honor, that has they rising? Because you saw Kyrie get up out of Cleveland if you're such an all-around player. You saw what happened to Kevin Love since you're such an all-around player. Yeah, address that, Gary Payton. What happened? Why did Kyrie bolt out of Cleveland? Not walk, run. And what happened to Kevin Love's game? Yeah. Yeah, what happened to Russell Westbrook's game? Yeah, since you're such an all-around player, since you're such an all-around force. When you play all around, everybody shines. You know what happens with OKC. As great as Shea is, and he ain't won yet, but if he wins, that's going to be interesting. But let me talk about people that won. They shine with others. Steph had Golden State shining with others. That's an all-around game. Because Clay, you had to be scared of Clay. Draymond gave you scare. Kawhi Leonard in Toronto had Kyrie, Kyle Lowry, and them. Fred VanVleet. I can go on. Giannis with Drew Holiday and Middleton and them even. That's what happens when others win and share. Jamal Murray with Denver and Jokic. When he's playing like he's supposed to, you think he's a top 10, 12 player. You don't have no questions thinking about it. Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and Porzingis in Boston. See how this goes? LeBron, all around? I don't think so, Gary. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for nothing. Share it if you like and hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. And before that, Bird, McHale, and Parrish, all around. Isaiah to Joe Dumars, all around. Think about it. Dr. Jada Moses Malone, Maurice Cheeks, all around. See, I can go backwards before that if you want to. Hakeem had everybody worried about Robert Ory, Kenny Smith. That's what you do all around. When you win, you see how this kind of goes in the flow? Tim Duncan, Parker Ginobili. You see how this goes in the flow? That's what all around is. Not what you spewing, Gary. I'm out.